Hello everyone, welcome back. As we said, we're going to start pre-recording for you guys, so that way we don't have to deal with any issues, everything uploads correctly, and we don't take up much of your time. We do have some updates, we'll give that to you guys at the end, but this particular, we're going to do a 3-part series on You Don't Know Our Story. It's a lot, so we're going to break this up for you. What we're going to start with today is kind of where we were before everything happened. Me, myself, Marqus as well, we have both been in a relationship just prior, but before that, I'm working independent, doing my thing, no kid. I was just, your typical female, go to church, go to work, go to school, come home. As far as marriage goes, I wasn't really looking for it. If it happened, cool. If not, I had some reservations just, after watching my parents' relationship fail and other relationships and marriages around me fail. I was more afraid to get into it than not.
Right, and kind of similar to that. I guess me growing up, I was the typical male athlete, so what we were out doing is just out having fun, having a good time, no cares in the world, every weekend we're in competition. A lot of competition with my boys, trying to see which female I can get or whatnot, and I never really had any consequences. I was about 22 or 23 when I met Kayla, and like the rest of them, it was just a wonder if I can get her, type story, and the thing about her, it ended differently. Ultimately, like at that stage, I felt like the path I was going down, I felt like marriage wasn't even an option for me. And it's funny, you tell God, you tell guys your plans, that's like and he laughs at your plans, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I have something better for you than whatever you have planned for your life. Because ultimately, like, I was like, I can just continue to be me for as long as I want to and never settle down, because I can never settle down. At the end of the day, it's like, I didn't hurt all these women. It's like nobody want to be with me anyway, so I can continue this cycle. So that was my thinking, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm never getting married, because I'm just gonna keep on doing this or whatever. But this lady, things kind of changed, and we're gonna get more into details on that. But I kind of talk about like how we kind of met and how we kind of got started. Like Kayla, it was different because I was in a relationship. I wasn't like faithful, but I was in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for like about 5 or 6 years with
I had no idea.
Yeah, I have a relationship.
When I first started talking to you, I had no idea.
Okay. Yes, you did. But I've been in a relationship. Okay. I've been in a relationship, and it was just, I wasn't ready to settle down. But I could never tell my girlfriend at the time that, because she was ready for marriage, she was ready for the next step, but I knew I wasn't. But I didn't want to lose her, but it was like, I didn't want to keep her either. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So it was like I let her on for years and years, and I apologized for that, because I didn't realize what I was doing. I was only focused on me, and what Marqus can get out of this, and what I can get out of the deal. I didn't care about hurting feelings, and that's when I'm gonna lean to the next part where I really met my match. Because it's like when you play with all these people's feelings and emotions and stuff, it's so many emotions wound up and you don't realize it, and I had my guard up, because even though I had a girlfriend, I always had a plan B. So just in case me and so didn't work out, I always had somebody to be like plan B. So I never had to cope with like being hurt or being broken up with, and it was always somebody right here, right next, right in the like right plan B in the lineup, ready to take her spot. So I never, even like during breakups and stuff, I never really coped with it, because I always had someone else right there, and that was my issue, and I thought that was okay.
Turned out to be a downfall.
It turned out to be my downfall. That's correct. But like me and Kayla, like we've told on my previous story, we grew up in church together. We went to the same church. Family knew each other. Family went to school together. But we never knew each other. We knew of each other, but we never like spoke to each other. Maybe we've been friends on Facebook, like happy birthday on our walls, and just something simple, nothing major, no conversation. It was like she wasn't my type. You know, my type was short, light skinned, long hair, and I like big booties. But
ain't getting none of that.
But that was what I like, and that's what you tell God what you want. I want this, I want this, I want that. But when you tell God what you want, He'll show you what you need, and that's something that worked in me. So the thing that happened with me and Kayla is, like I said in the beginning, like I was in a relationship, but I was still out being Marqus, and just looking out for me. And pretty much she shot her shot at me. And Facebook, she shot her shot at me. So I slid into her DM, and it kind of pretty much led from there. But the thing about Kayla is, we had a friendship. Like, I talked to her like she was one of my homeboys. I was telling her all kind of story, because in the beginning she's taking it all in, whatever. And I'm just like, man, I did this, I did that. She's like, cool. I'm like, dang, this girl's super cool, And it was crazy because it's like, that's became our downfall, because a couple years later we couldn't communicate. I couldn't tell her.
It was a lot to take in.
And I couldn't tell her anything. Like, I didn't want to, I couldn't even talk to her because, one, she was defensive. But partly that was my fault. And even past relationships, because, she had been cheated on. She had been engaged and she had been cheated on. And she had told me the story. So she meets me, and I'm going to end up doing her the same way. A relationship she got out of, it's kind of like, what's wrong with her? That makes sense. So during that process, like, I'm not grasping, because at that time I'm really not ready to be married. And we would talk, we would go out, whatever, and like we would separate because she would want more from me. She was like, Marqus, like, I really like you, and I'm like, nah, you cool, like, I'm good. And that was like, we did it probably about 3 or 4 times, and I'll never forget. It's like, when I realized that, like, I knew I cared about you, but it's just, I didn't want to, like, I just didn't want nobody else to have you. That's what it was. When I was selfish, even like in a relationship, like, I was always selfish. Like, yeah. Granted, I can go out and sleep with whoever, but I was selfish.
You're gonna stay right here.
But you're gonna stay right here because, like, I know I'm a good dude, and you know what I mean. And like, I brainwashed a lot of people and made them feel like they were in the wrong for me doing what I did. But that kind of, whenever she started dating other people, I remember one time, I forgot why I called her or texted her or something, and the dude she was talking to answered the phone. And I'm like, and mind you, me and her aren't together. Like, I told her I don't want nothing to do with you, we cool, that's it. And she started dating another guy. But when another guy answered the phone, I was like, hold on. I was like, so I'm calling her back, like, where you at? I'm about to come through. Me and my homeboy about to come through. We're about to get this dude. Because dude was talking mess. And I'm like, nah.
You say it was, who was this?
Yeah, who was it? My name, you know who I am. You know what I mean? Because I thought I was this dude or whatever.
Not.
But it's, in that moment, it was like, okay, like, she was more than just a friend. And like, my feelings was kind of hurt. You know what I mean? I wanted to go prove myself. So after the incident,
fight this boy.
After the incident, they ended up breaking up. Like, yeah, they broke up. So me and her, we kind of got back together, started doing our thing again. But then I got selfish again. Like, you know what? I'm not ready for a relationship. And then she got with another guy, and I remember her coming over and telling me.
It's right before Creed's wedding.
Right before Creed's wedding, right. And you came over, and I was like, everything's going to be okay. And
because me and the other guy were going through a patch. I was like, dude, it blossomed into some, oh my gosh, there were so many layers to that. And I was just like, and because of the past that me and Marqus had, and we were still, like, we weren't talking, but we still communicated. And here he comes swooping in, no words to say, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Marqus, I don't believe this happened, la la la. And you had bought me that movie, we ate ice cream and just kind of chilled over there, and then I left to go to my cousin's. But I do remember that.
And that was like, it was moments like those that, and looking back now, it's like, dang, like, it was something about her back then, but I didn't see it then. You know what I mean? And looking back now, it's just like, yeah, she always been around for your boy, you know. But I mean, do you blame her?
Anyway.
But anyways, going on to the next part. So after that, and that, I think it was pretty much the last straw. And then around that time is whenever we
after that, I was like, I'm done, dude. Like, cause we would do well for like about a month or two, sometimes 3, and then it's almost like he would realize that he's getting comfortable. Is how I interpret it. He realized like, and he'd be like, nope, not doing it. I'm cool.
Right.
So after that, I told Marcus, I was like, look, I remember my exact words. I was like, if you're gonna be done with me, be done with me. Don't come back. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna keep doing this. And then we found out about it.
We found out she was pregnant, and that's really where the story took a turn, because during the time that I found out that she was pregnant, you know, I was still in a relationship, somewhat, you know, off and on relationship. So I'm thinking, when I found out, I was like, okay, like, my girlfriend right now is probably gonna kill me, because
like, I knew that y'all still communicated, but because you were so anti-title, like the way that my mindset was, because of everything that he has given me, because mind you, I don't know this other chick, and he wasn't really on Facebook a lot, and it was before Facebook really like blew up into what it was right now.